How's it going, everybody? This is Rice Bonds, Montana the Young, back here with you again. And I haven't opened any packages in a while, so I figured I'd take the time while I have it to try to open a couple of these on camera. It has been many, many months. I've accumulated packages I normally do over time, and I really don't know what is in most of these packages. Some of these aren't even Bonds cards. Ooh, okay. It is a production line. I guess after Donruss collapsed due to Pinnacle's bankruptcy in 1998, it eventually made a comeback under playoff, if I remember correctly. And so there were production lines in the 90s that this sort of was inspired by. I also love the fact that there's like stats on the back of some of these cards. I've been buying quite a few Donruss cards, not the least of which because they're not as expensive, because there's no crossover with basketball. So it just makes sense. There's a reason that there's so much Donruss in front of me. These two have just been out on my desk for the past couple of weeks, partly because I love them and partly because I haven't had the time or energy to put them away. But this is a fitting card to take out. And honestly, I'm trying to complete the full run of early 2003 sort of die cut production lines, and this brings me a little bit closer. Just a lot of cards coming in, and that I've been sort of looking to take a look at in person. And there's no rhyme or reason or order to these cards. I have been picking up some Donruss recently, as you may be able to pick up just from what you see here in frame. I just talked about opening that one up and what it means to me to slowly put together the set of production lines from the early 2000s Donruss. They're an homage to the original production lines that came out from OG 1998 Donruss. Those didn't have any die cutting, but since they added this little wrinkle where the cards that are out of 100, that parallel leg, that parallel band, that the rainbow band, is usually die cut. So here you've got OPS and on base percentage represented. Insane numbers in both cases from 2003 Donruss, right in the middle of his a run of four historic 4 MVP awards in a row. Really quite exciting, quite satisfying to have these in. Did not expect to open one after another and have all 5 Donruss cards in front of me. Anyone who wants to get into rare cards from the 90s, Barry Bonds is the second or third or fourth most expensive player in the genre, and yet still there are incredibly beautiful, rare, interesting, well-designed cards from just outside the era and well within the era that you can still get for a song relative to some of the other stuff that happens to be popular on Instagram right now. But it just goes to show you that the genre is still obscure. That late 90s to early 2000s genre, I would say there's the fewest collectors since the big boom of the junk wax era. And these cards are considered relatively obscure. Most people don't know what they are, and only the people who are in the know the value. Those people are very, very difficult to compete against. But since this kind of set has flown under the radar, it's nice to be able to pick them up for 2018 prices rather than like 2020 prices or even 2025 prices. They've been getting kind of ridiculous recently, as you guys know. I haven't looked at these. Some of these aren't even Bonds cards. I don't know what's here. Oh my goodness, how many of the same types of cards? I honestly did not mean to go on a production line run. These were 2003. These were the last 2 packages I opened, and then now a production line from 2004. I mean, I'm getting repetitive now, but I just decided, it's such a cheap thing to put together these amazing die cut sets from the early 2000s that have all these stats on the back that are die cut when they're limited to 100 in most cases. This is incredible. I did not plan this at all. This is a random grab bag of cards, and the first 3 have been production lines. So maybe I've been on a little bit more of a thematic mission than even I realized. Pretty crazy. All right, guys, till the next one.